But as you noted, combating tech censorship is going to be one of the top priorities for me. We need to restore Americans' right to free speech. And you mentioned Facebook and other companies. They've been part of a censorship cartel that have worked with advertisers, they've worked with government officials to censor the free speech rights of everyday Americans. And that's got to end.
Let's go. It's about time that they got somebody in there that's going to go after these tech companies for censoring free speech. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, in which I appreciate you guys all doing that. Make sure you follow me on all the platforms you see above and the ones below. And guys, the way that it's spelled up there in Rumble, Modern Renaissance Man, it's supposed to be spelled like that. Spelled incorrectly? Yes. But supposed to be spelled like that? Yes. And those of you who keep asking me about how do you inquire about getting a video or something like that analyzed, played, reacted to, go to patreon.com/Modern Renaissance Man. It's right there. Go there, and that's how you can find that out. Make sure you guys do what you see, all that stuff right there. Hitting the thumbs up button, it allows my content to consistently be recommended to you, and it helps push it out past the YouTube shadow banning algorithm, okay? And in theory, if you subscribe and hit that bell notification, you're supposed to get notified when I post videos like this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is something that me, myself, I am excited about because Trump has appointed a new FCC commissioner named Brendan Carr, who is going to be heading up social media censorship. And he's going to be doing this based off of from what he's saying, what Trump expects him to do in regards to that. And this is going to get a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Might get a little bit testy is what I'm getting at, because there's a lot of things that some of these platforms can do that is not part of the so-called abiding by the Constitution. So the fact that you got Elon Musk, who's a big tech giant, you got Mark Zuckerberg, who's a big tech giant, and guys, I didn't know that the rest of her soul, the former YouTube CEO, I didn't know she died. And then before she died, I didn't know, I did a video about her son dying. But also the new CEO of YouTube, they might all have a little bit of fire in their butts right now because of what Trump may be pushing. We shall see. But before I get into any of that, check this out.
All right. Facebook founder and Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg met with President Trump last week. This is as big tech is trying to understand the incoming president's approach to their industry during his second term. Let's bring in someone who's going to play a major role in that, Brendan Carr, FCC commissioner, and Trump's pick to lead the agency. Good morning, and thank you so much for being here. You know, you look at Elon Musk and his role with President Donald Trump, but also how he bought X as a game changer to protect free speech. And you look at Google and Amazon and Apple, Facebook, the role that they have played, not only in the last election, but also in this election. What will you do to make sure that the playing field is level and that big tech doesn't have the same grip on speech that it once did?
Yeah, thanks. Well, first of all, I think President Trump and his transition team is really just knocking it out of the park with these picks. They're putting a broad variety of people that represent President Trump's unique coalition. Washington, D.C. doesn't like it, and I think that means that he's doing exactly right. For me, first thing is get with President Trump and his team and make sure I understand 100% what their agenda is. After all, he's the one that was elected, his cabinet, his administration, to reflect his priorities. But as you noted, combating tech censorship is going to be one of the top priorities for me. We need to restore Americans' right to free speech. And you mentioned Facebook and other companies. They've been part of a censorship cartel that have worked with advertisers, they've worked with government officials to censor the free speech rights of everyday Americans. And that's got to end, because censorship isn't just about stopping words, it's about stopping ideas. America is a country of founders, of people that have pushed boundaries, pushed frontiers, they've innovated. And when you silence speech, you silence ideas. And we need to unleash America's prosperity again. That's why you feel this vibe shifting in the country, where people know President Trump is about to lead another great American comeback, because this wet blanket of government control is going away, and our economy is going to flourish again.
What's so interesting to me is you've got progressives on the left who are saying you've got to abandon X as a platform. You just can't be on it, despite the fact that what Elon is fighting for is free speech. And so you've got to step back and ask yourself and sort of wonder, when the left can't hear something, they stick their head in the sand like an ostrich and they pretend that it's not happening. You've got Ro Khanna saying, don't get off the platform, have a dialogue, have a conversation. Why can't they do that?
Yeah, well, I think Ro Khanna's right about that. Free speech diversity of opinion, those are the bedrocks of democracy. And look, when you look at the mass media in general right now, trust is at an all-time low. It wasn't that long ago, as a historical matter, that trust in mass media, that was the most trusted institution out there. But just look now, Jeff Bezos has an op-ed out talking about how trust in media has absolutely cratered. And the problem, to your point, is that people continue to try to move into these silos, and they don't want to engage in robust exchange of ideas. You see that on X, as you noted, but I think it's part of what you see in a lot of mainstream media, is this refusal to engage with a variety of ideas, and people are tuning that out.
TikTok's going to be on your docket as well. President Trump at one point wanted to ban TikTok, then he reversed his position. And ultimately, you look at all these platforms and you realize if you take TikTok off the table, whatever's going to happen is just going to happen somewhere else. So what do you think will be the strategy moving forward when it comes with TikTok and its presence here in America? There's one thing when you ban it on government phones, but there's another thing to ban it completely, which was something that outgoing President Biden did want to do.
Yeah, look, that particular issue is in the court system at this point, and we'll see how that plays out, and we'll see the actions that President Trump takes on that. I think we're all going to follow President Trump's lead on that one. But what's clear is we need a lot more competition. You know, we need more competition to Facebook. What Twitter has done, what X has done now with Elon Musk in terms of restoring freedom of speech, that's so important and integral to this country. We need to continue to move in that direction. We need to move away from government control and towards freedom of speech.
And just quick before I let you go, any details that you can share or that you know of that came out of that meeting between Mark Zuckerberg and the former president?
I don't have any insight into that, but hopefully, Mark Zuckerberg continues to move towards this embrace of freedom of speech. And we have a unique opportunity now with President Trump to unleash economic opportunity. Let's get the space economy going. Let's get America building again. For too long, this government has been stepping on the gas and the brakes at the same time. We're spending money without streamlining permitting. And so we're going to unleash another great American comeback here.
All right. We'll watch you do it. Brendan Carr, thank you so much for being here.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that, and as you can see, he's pretty much in saying, whatever it is that Trump wants me to go at and do, I'm going to do that. But at the same time, can you guys not understand why free speech is important? The fact that he's saying to be able to share ideas, opinions. That's what makes America great, is that we were able to sit back and go, I see what you're saying, but I think we should do it this way. I agree to disagree with you. I tell you what, you try it that way, I'll try it this way. And if neither one of our ways work, then maybe we can find some way to combine. This is what having these platforms, talking, having panels, different things like that is about. I don't get it why any of you feel that anybody should be censored because of their ideas, their opinions, whatever they may be, even if you feel and think that they are wrong about what they're saying. It's the fact that they should have the freedom to say it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have things out there called cults. There are people out there that worship trees. Now, do I think they're loony for doing that? Yes, I do. But those same exact people think I'm loony because they're like, you worship an invisible fairy god in the sky and blah, 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 blah. But guess what? The freedom to do it, that's our decision. That's our choice. That's what makes it so great, is that they can think that I'm crazy for worshiping the one and only true God, and I can think that they're crazy for worshiping trees. They crazy. See what I'm saying? Now, we can agree to disagree on that, can't we? Look at that, going our own ways. I can be friends with these people, can eat over their house, they can eat over my house. We can talk about sports, talk about life, things like that. But one thing we know that we're not going to come to terms in agreement is when it comes to who they worship and who I worship. Boom. Some of y'all don't know how to do that. I told y'all all kind of, when I told y'all, I have a lot of Democratic friends. I do. I have Democratic family. I have Republican friends. I have Republican families. And they will all tell you, hey, Ty is crazy because he has no side. He won't pick a side. No, I won't. I won't. That's me. Some of y'all might think I'm crazy for the way that I still work out and the way that I carry myself and the way that I eat. Did I tell you I eat 80% good, 20% bad? It does not matter. It's my choice. Isn't it amazing that we all can have our own thoughts, our own opinions, our own way of life, our own way of doing things, our own way of eating, our own ways of drinking, whatever it is that we do. But we should be able to do that. And yes, you may not like the way I do it. I may not like the way you do it, but at least the fact that I got the choice to do it. So what am I saying that for? YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok all have these rules in there that they literally are censoring things. If you talk about a certain subject, say a certain thing, they will say, oh, advertisers aren't interested in what you're talking about, Ty. They're not interested in that. But yet at the same time, I can go to a video of them having people talking about killing this and killing that and eating this, whooping that bee, smacking that hoe, doing this to that trick. I got hoes in there. I mean, you can do all that and get ads on there. But if I talk about certain things in regards to the video I previously done with the young women having their fallopian tubes completely removed and all this stuff like that. Oh, advertisers not interested in that, Ty. Bull crap. So I hope that they're going to be able to go in and cut in, because YouTube and a lot of other platforms are under a certain section 230, whatever like that, where they don't have to abide by the Constitution. They get to determine what's hate speech. They get to determine what's this and what's that. Versus us saying like X, say what you want to say, but you might have to suffer the consequences of that. Just like they said, well, watch what happened to X. They're not going to have any advertisers because of freedom of speech. Yeah, right. Look how that worked out. So that's what I'm saying. Now, some people may not like it, but you're going to put your big boy and big girl draws on. Look what happened with X. It was pretty much all left-leaning people that were on X, with a very small amount of those that leaned on the right. Now it's about even. They said it's the most balanced internet platform out there right now is Twitter/X. And it has about equal amount of Democrats on there as it does Republican, or those that actually say that they're Republican, Democrat, or lean left or right. It should be like that on all platforms. Like I told you guys, there's people on here that got videos talking about how they can take pickle juice and the toenails of chickens and maybe some goose spit and whale poop and put it in a jar, set it in the sun for 40 days or something like that, take it out and mix it with a little bit of butter or something like that, and that will help grow a limb. They let videos like that stay up. But me sitting here talking about how I think it is idiot women that actually getting their tubes completely taken out because they don't want to have a child, or because they say, if I get sexually assaulted, I'm not going to be forced to have a kid because what Trump did. Oh, we can't have you talking about that, Ty. We can't have you talking about Christ, Ty, because advertisers are interested in that. Yeah. Anyway, it looks like a lot of things are turning for the best, but I told you guys, I'm going to make sure that I stay on top of it. If these people don't follow through, your guy's going to be here to completely call them out and bring up video receipts saying this is what they said then, this is where we are now, and they haven't done a thing, or hey, they have done it. But anyway, nevertheless, let me know what you guys all think, especially a lot of fellow content creators on this. Hopefully this is going to be a good thing for all of us on here, so we won't be heavily censored or getting all these community strikes and things like that because we violated their policy. You're not supposed to say this or say that. It's ridiculous. Leave it in the comment section after this video. And don't forget to do what you guys see in that cloud right there, if you would, please. The next video that I will be doing in chronological order is going to be up here. Things that I do as a variety on this channel, especially music reactions, will be right here. I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.